Okay, so laying on your back where you're comfortable, becoming aware of your breath, deepening your breath, bringing your right knee in towards your chest, stretching left leg out long, and sensing into your right hip and your back, chest open, and taking your right knee out to the right gently, feeling the weight of your leg in your arm. And bringing your right knee back towards the midline. One final little hug in before you lower your foot and change to lift your left leg in towards you. Gently pressing the back of your head down into the ground, the backs of your shoulders. And taking your left knee out towards the left, keeping your hip as relaxed as possible. Giving your leg a little bit of a jiggle if that feels nice, before bringing it back in. And lowering your foot down to the ground. Then you can bend your right knee as well. Reach your arms back behind you on the ground and start to lift your hips up. Nice stretch through the front of your body. Grounding through your feet. And then rolling yourself back down. As you do, bring your arms a little bit lower into a cactus position. Sensing into the weight of your arms. Turning your head from side to side. You can bring your head back to center and then start to point your fingertips down towards your feet to internally rotate your shoulders. Breathing there. Hugging both of your knees into your chest. Any little bits of movement that feel nice. And then begin to lift your head up towards your knees, rounding into your upper back and middle back, and tucking under your tailbone to get a little bit more of your lower back involved at the same time. Hold on to the backs of your legs, reach your feet a little bit higher up, rock yourself back to gain enough momentum, hopefully, to roll forwards. Sitting with your hips open, the soles of your feet touched. You can use your arms behind you to help support yourself, wriggling up tall, either remaining there or you can take your hands forwards towards your feet. And then even slowly bending further forwards if that feels comfortable. Taking nice deep breaths in your hip stretch with back opening. Maybe a little bit of movement from your heads, waking up your neck and your upper back. Using your arms to support yourself in any way you need. And then gently lifting yourself all the way up and adding on stretching your right leg out in front of you. Pressing your hands down behind you to sit up nice and tall. Remain there if need be. Or begin to reach your fingers forward and gently, slowly bending forwards towards your right leg. Opening through back of right leg and into the back of your body. Sensing into the weight of your head, using that to intensify the stretch. And again, maybe moving your head from side to side if that feels nice to do. Gently lifting yourself up to change legs. Sitting up upon your seat bones, spine as straight as you can manage. And then just following this through as much as it feels nice to stretch into the back of your left leg. Breathing deeply. Giving it a little bit of weight from your head. And then slowly lifting yourself upwards. Bend both legs, hold on to your knees and sit up as straight as you can here. Either remaining or working towards lifting your feet off the ground. You can either keep using your arms to support yourself or working with less support from your arms, intensifying the strength and support you need from your core and your hip flexors to maintain the position as best as you can. Bringing your feet back down to the ground. Take your hands behind you with your fingertips pointing forwards. And then begin to lift your hips off the ground. Working through your shoulders, back, hips. And when you're ready to come down, bending your elbows to use your arm strength. And once you touch chin to chest, feeling that for a moment before you move forward into a squat. So just managing that transition as best you can. And then take your time to arrive in your squat. And then you can begin to bow your head down only as much as it feels comfortable. A little bit of movement from your head, potentially. Feeling your in-breath expand into the back of your rib cage. And then you can bring your knees gently down to the ground. Keep your toes tucked, bring them closer towards each other. Sitting back upon your feet to stretch toes and feet. And then maybe even tucking under your tailbone, leaning backwards to stretch thighs and hips. Fingertips to support you if you're leaning that far backwards. Encouraging opening through your chest and shoulders here. Feel free to change the position of your hands. Working a little bit more deeply into it, if it feels okay to. Continue to work with slow, deep breaths, using that breath to guide you. Moving forwards from here, sitting down upon both feet. Lifting your left arm upwards, taking a gentle bend towards the right side. Relaxing your head down as you do, maybe turning your head to different directions to open up into your neck and your upper back. And then slowly moving left hand down towards right leg. Feeling a stretch at the back of your left shoulder. Once your hand touches, sit up nice and straight again. Turning to the right and just gently twisting your chest towards the right side. You can either have your right hand on the ground to support you, or you can have your right palm on the back of your pelvis. Releasing back to center for the other side, right arm lifting all the way up. Gently bending towards the left side, relaxing head down gently. Turning head in any other direction slowly. And then slowly bringing right hand towards left leg. Once it touches, you can lift up your head, lengthen your back, slowly twisting towards the left side. Breath by breath. Bringing yourself gently back to the center, rolling your shoulders, letting go of any tension as they come down. Rocking yourself back into your squat, and then carefully lifting up your hips. Reset your feet to hip width distance. If this is a bit too strong in your back, you can just lift your chest up higher, use your arms to support yourself. Or you could have a prop, a book, or potentially a yoga brick to rest your hands upon. So wherever you are, introduce a little bit of weight from your head, just testing how that feels. Stretching the whole length of your spine. And then you can begin to stretch one leg more than the other. And then passing that stretch from leg to leg, hip to hip. Breathing deeply, stretching the whole chain, back of your body, backs of legs, all the way up into your back. You can begin to make yourself a little bit more still and symmetrical. Start to ground through your feet. Simply pressing your feet down into the ground and awareness of that, contacts. And then bend your knees more, walk your hands up your legs to support yourself. Arriving to stand. Reaching arms out and up, taking a nice stretch upwards. As you do, a little bit tuck your tailbone, press your hips forwards. Even though you're reaching up, keep drawing your shoulders down gently. Palms of hands facing each other or even turning further backwards. As you release your arms back out and down, make two fists and circle out through your wrists, bringing your head down as you do. Then you can bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest, coming down into your chair pose by bending your knees and moving your pelvis backwards in the space behind you. Barely pulled in. Exploring your range of movements. Return to stand, reach both arms out to the sides and then upwards. This time to lift your heels off the floor. Engaging your calf muscles and then returning back down into your chair pose. Turning head right sides and then left sides. And then center hands to prayer, coming down towards your legs. Slow motion to return back eventually into your forward bend. Let your head hang down as you lift your pelvis upwards. Maybe holding onto either elbow with either hand, getting a sense of the weight of your arms as well as your head. Ground through both feet. And then slowly roll up through your spine. You can always use your hands on your legs to give your back a little bit more support if you need be. Taking as much time as you need to eventually arrive back to stand. Rolling your shoulders as they come down, turn the palms of your hands forwards, opening through your chest and ready to begin your day.